Welcome to my video looking at Mitridae and Costellaridae, of which I've got both groups mixed across 3 drawers. I've got 362 species, including quite a few microshells, and across these drawers about 2,000 different shells, especially in the final drawer where there are many very small shells in quite large numbers. Alright, so I'm just going to focus on a few interesting ones. A couple of lovely forms of Helenae from Honduras. And there we have Fusiformis sonata from Italy. That lovely complex of Citrina taeniatum. Some nice hilli there. Some other ones there. We have a look at the largest one that's here, and perhaps my favourite because of the beautiful sculpture. That is this one here, Belcheri. 132 millimeters. A beautiful shell, that. And here's an interesting one, Marchi, from trawlers locally in Northern Australia. It's 120 millimeters. And Pappus, which is actually also the same length of the Belcheri, the largest one there, at 132 millimeters. And many I could comment on. Pele, that lovely orange-brown single-coloured one there. And I'll just go through a lot of very small, interesting ones. Because you can obviously stop the video if you want to look at anything more carefully. That's so variable, this particular family, in colours and patterns. Truly beautiful shells. Now in this drawer, I'm going to focus upon some of the more beautiful shells, according to my eye. 2 that I've always found very attractive is Clathrus and Variegator. Clathrus there, Variegator there. Beautiful shells. Another beautiful one, Compressor. Another one, love the patterns in this one when I can find it. That's what I wanted to look at. No, there it is, sorry. Yokei. And then, that's a very nice one. Rubrocostatum. Oh, sorry, I should say Avigdani. Rubrocostatum is down here. There it is. Sorry about that, I got my notes a bit mixed. But lots of beautiful shells in that drawer. And again, you can stop the video, and I think it's in focus enough that you can zoom in. Now in this final drawer, I think you can see what I mean by multiple small shells throughout. Some of those containers, individual containers, contain 100 or so of just the one small species. I just wanted to focus commentary-wise on some of the local shells. So a very popular one is here, Barry Wilsoni, which is a local shell. Well, you can find them in Western Australia and the Northern Territory. In fact, our shells, I think, are a bit more colourful and interesting than the WA ones, although people from WA might disagree there. Variabilis lives up to its name in terms of sculpture and colouring. An interesting one is this one that you get locally. I'm not sure the identification. I've got compare with Calcareum. Wilson in his book has a similar shell that was trawled near trawled in the northwest, reefs in the northwest, and he's comparing it to Rugosum. There's our local Rugosum. Quite variable, but indeed quite different to that particular shell, which is very consistent in colour and pattern, unlike the Rugosums. Some mixture of other local ones there, a number of which I haven't been able to identify, which always makes collecting very interesting. I've actually got a friend who almost every second shell he finds is sort of is hopeful that it might be a new species. He has actually had the fortune of having about half a dozen shells named after himself and family members, but anyway, good luck to him in terms of his enthusiasm. And just Mitridae there, I'm just showing those because my largest mitre shell is indeed that largest one there at 138 millimeters. So I'll just scan some of those small ones. It's a pity I haven't got more time to talk about them. And I'll just scan top lot there. I think I've already covered the ones in the middle quite readily. Some interesting local ones just there. And some very tiny ones there. And they're all from Broome in terms of comparing that with Vulpeculum or Rugosum. All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that look at Mitridae and Costellaridae.